But you don't want your wins and losses being determined on whether or not the official made the right call or didn't make the call at all, especially something that's right in the middle of the field.
Al, there's like a little bit of an old saying that is, if you allow this game to be in the hands of an officiating decision, like, that's on you too. You should have been better than that day. You can't let it come down to somebody's opinion, somebody's interpretation. Football is about dominating, and the Saints didn't dominate enough in that game. There was a horrific misinterpretation of the rule. The Hall of Famer Michael Irvin.
That was just a horrific situation and a horrific call. I don't know how you don't make that call. You're seeing it, and they said, well, they thought they arrived at things. Whatever you said, it was wrong, and it's so sad.
Interception in overtime. You got fake punted in the game. You were up 13-0 when it should have been 21-0. And Drew Brees, where is it? My boy, Mike Freeman. I like Mike Freeman's work. He writes for the Bleacher Report, but he wrote this story, and, he had made his mind up as he was writing the story to not be objective about this at all. He's like, the game was fun. Drew Brees was brilliant. Really? Drew Brees was brilliant? He was awful. Drew Brees, you want to talk about selective memory? Drew Brees played his worst game of the year, with the exception of the Dallas Cowboys game, and really the Saints weren't right since they went to Dallas and got their asses kicked there. They haven't been right. I don't know if something got hurt, something went wrong, but Drew Brees has not been right since that loss in Dallas. His first half of the year, he was unbelievable. His second half of the year, he was pedestrian. In that game in the second half, he was pedestrian. And in the overtime, he sucked. He threw a pick. Drew Brees was brilliant. Jared Goff showed why he's the future of the NFL. Did he? Okay. Everything was entertaining and spirited, and then came the abomination. Some calls you must absolutely get right, but if they don't, it can cast a pall. Sorry. Over not just the game, but the viability of the entire league. The Rams are advancing to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Nothing should be taken away from them. But because of one of the worst calls in recent memory, if not the entirety of the Super Bowl era, the Rams' legitimacy as NFC champs and potentially Super Bowl champs will be questioned. This isn't an opinion, he writes. This is a fact. No, my friend, you are absolutely offering an opinion as fact. Here's the fact. Rams won, Saints lost. That's a fact. You know what else is a fact? That call sucked. There's a lot of calls that suck in football games. All the time. Every year, all the time. It's almost like the NFL's designed it that way, which makes the Patriots sustain the level of success that much more impressive. I know we're talking about the Saints here, but it's another reason why the Saints are why the Patriots are the most impressive team maybe ever assembled in professional sports. Certainly professional football. The rules of the league are built to disintegrate your dominance. They have held off that disintegration for the better part of 2 decades. I understand people are outraged, but everything that happened for more than just one play. You sound like a high school student covering his very first homecoming game if you try to boil the afternoon down to one thing only. This is where it all changed. That's like rookie reporting. There's so much more that goes into it. I know what the easier story is to write. I know what the clickbaity article looks like. But the real article that is fact, not opinion, probably doesn't move the needle like a little fake, or in this case, for some people, real outrage. I don't care about your hard feelings. Football doesn't always end the way you want it to. Being disappointed is a part of sports. It's as much a part of sports as the victory parade. As a matter of fact, it's much more a part of sports than the victory parade, because only one fan base gets a victory parade. The rest of you all get disappointment.
That's so true.
for the people, Gianna, who are trying to, I saw somebody today online. They're like, hey, well, everyone's telling you over the next 2 weeks how great Tom Brady is. Just tell them, hey, he lost to Eli in the Super Bowl twice. Look, unless you're a Giants fan, don't ever say that. Because while Tom Brady might have been losing that Super Bowl that you want to mock him about, your team was golfing, not there. I will take a Super Bowl loss over a didn't make the playoffs any day of the week. This is Tom, calling from 101 South. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing well, Damon. Thanks for letting me on.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I've been a long-time caller, not a first-time caller, long-time listener. Congrats, by the way, Gianna. Been waiting to say that.
Thank you.
I wanted to bring up something that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and I've been listening to 95.7 all day. Why did Andy Reid and Mahomes, 2 minutes left, just before the 2-minute warning, they rush the play, they get the touchdown right before the 2-minute warning, Patriots have all 3 timeouts. I wonder this every time I see Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady's team where somebody does this. They run, they score the touchdown, they rush to do it, and they leave them with 2 minutes plus the 2-minute warning, which I know came on the kickoff, and then all 3 timeouts.
Tom, I will see your undiscussed point today, and I will raise you. Maybe the Patriots just let him score. I mean, if you told me that the Patriots were like, let him in so we have as much time as possible to go down with 3 timeouts to win this game, I would believe you. Like, I would believe it if that were the story that came out, because, yeah, Kansas City scored too fast. You cannot let Tom Brady have that time. You're right, Tom.
Well, how about take a knee? How about take 2 knees and force them to take it, plus get through the 2-minute warning?
At that point, you're not playing the opponent as much as you're playing the clock. And the same thing can be said for the New Orleans Saints. Tom, thank you very much for the call. What is Sean Payton doing throwing first down late in the game? Late in the game, right before the wheel route horrific non-call call. First down, he throws the ball. Run the ball there. Make the other team burn its timeouts. But Sean Payton screwed up the end of that game in a way where he should tithe half of his paycheck to the official who screwed up that call, because so much of that Saints loss is right on Sean Payton, but nobody's crucifying him today because we got a zebra to attack. Crucify the zebra, the coach who gagged all over his red zone appearances and the way he managed the end of the fourth quarter. What about him? This is Mark from the highway. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, good, Damon. Thanks for taking my call. I believe that the game's not really rigged. I hear what you're saying. It doesn't come down to just the one call. But here's my problem is I'm a fan of a losing team who's been losing for 14 years. And you know what's frustrating is when my team is not the team that gets chosen to get all the advantageous calls, I'm having a hard time staying a fan of the sport. That's it. I agree with everything else you're saying. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you very much. It's hard to dispute that the Patriots catch an awful lot of breaks. To the spoils, the spoils go to the victors. Reputations precede whistles. Think about it like Draymond Green. Like sometimes Draymond Green's mouth gets him a technical, and sometimes it's because he spends about a half an hour hanging on the rim after dunking it. Like, some are earned, some are unearned, and the ones that are unearned are brought on by his reputation. It's not good with officials. The Patriots seem to have this reputation where everything goes their way. You could also say that, luck usually favors the prepared. And who's better at preparing to win a game than the New England Patriots? Is it all fair? I don't know. There's one thing that oh no. Hold on. I dropped the piece of paper that I needed. I got to go down here and get it. Gianna, if you could entertain the crowd while I bend over to grab this piece of paper.
Happily to entertain the crowd. You got it?
Thank you. Good job.
Quick.
Way to ad-lib.
I didn't have to do much there.
Way to
It's at least 30 seconds.
That was great.
He needs to have more time.
More time is what we need. Darren Ravel tweets. By the way, if you don't hate the Patriots enough, this should really put you over the top today.
Okay.
25 years ago today, Robert Kraft, Bobby Kraft, Bobby likes the pole, by the way. Oh, that came out a little wrong. Bobby likes the girls on the... No, that comes out a little wrong, too. Bobby likes going to strip clubs. It's why players hang out with him. It's why Meek Mill and NBA players are down with Bob Kraft, because he picks up the tab at the strip club.
That's his entertainment.
Yeah. Ever since Mrs. Kraft died, he had more free time.
Okay.
Oh, and he's got a little cash. Robert Kraft bought the New England Patriots 25 years ago today for $172 million. Forbes, before they punched their ticket to yet another Super Bowl last night, Forbes reports that they're worth $3.8 billion now, which means that he got 13 times the investment, more than he paid for it if you factor in inflation. Nice job, Bobby Kraft.
Very good investment.
If you ever see Bob at the Spearmint Rhino, you go up to him and be like, man, what a quarterback. what an organization you got there. And you wouldn't be wrong. To me, consistency matters, and the New England Patriots have defined consistency in a sport that exists to pull your consistency apart. It's amazing. We're going to come on back, talk about the consistency of those Golden State Warriors now that their bench is deeper than ever with DeMarcus in the starting five. We got that. We're going to send you out to a little Warriors Live coming up at the top of the hour. Brian Baldinger about to join me, but right now, the one and only Gianna Franco.
All right, let's talk a little Warriors. Warriors, they are in L.A., continuing that L.A. swing tonight, taking on the Lakers this time. Steve Kerr speaking earlier to the media, talking about spending the last couple days down south.
Time's been great. A nice change of pace during the middle of the season, especially in mid-January. Beautiful weather here, and a lot of guys have brought family members, and Draymond got engaged, and a lot of great stuff. But I'm just hoping they all drank a lot of water yesterday.
Look at that. Draymond's getting another ring. The marriage kind. Congrats to Draymond and his fiancée, Hazel Renee. Steve Kerr dropping the news there. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock with Warriors Live. You can hear it right here on 95.7 The Game. Pride of San Mateo taking on the Pride of Marin in Super Bowl 53. Yes, the big game is set. Jared Goff and the Rams taking on Tom Brady and the Patriots. The game is on February 3rd. You can hear the Westwood One call of the Super Bowl right here on 95.7 The Game. We'll talk a little more NFL when Brian Baldinger, he joins Damon coming up at 5:30. We are brought to you by Account Temps. I'm Gianna Franco on the Bay Area's #1 sports station, 95.7 The Game.
It's time for revenge against the Los Angeles Lakers.
This is probably the most disappointing regular season loss the Warriors have had, maybe in the Steve Kerr era.
How will Boogie fare in his second game with the champs?
At the buzzer!
Coverage starts tonight at 6. Tip-off at 7:30 on the Bay Area's #1 sports station, 95.7 The Game.
When you could use help closing your books and need additional staff, it's time to call Account Temps. They can provide you with bookkeepers and other accounting and finance professionals on a temporary or project basis, and fast. Call today. Account Temps, a Robert Half company.
Hi folks, Jim Peterson of Solar for America. The California wildfires of 2017 and 18 were devastating. Loss of property, jobs, and most tragically, lives. And to make matters worse, the California governor has agreed to pass the costs on to the ratepayers, as if electricity rates were not high enough already in California. I certainly want to be careful when I talk about this kind of tragedy, while at the same time talking about a way to mitigate already high electricity rates and the fact they're going a lot higher. Rooftop solar panels in conjunction with a home battery will allow you to produce safe, clean, and affordable electricity. And at Solar for America, we want to help. Learn more about solar panels, batteries, and energy-efficient roofs at solarforamerica.com, or give us a call today at 888-277-1933, 888-277-1933, or at solarforamerica.com. CSLB 930-640, 468-117-104-587.
In California, traffic can be overwhelming and exhausting. Semis passing over here, motorcycles over there, tailgaters everywhere, and up there, a guy who's driving like he's never seen rain before. But at Nissan, we build cars with Nissan Intelligent Mobility. With the all-new 2019 Nissan Altima, technology is designed around you, like available ProPilot Assist. It's tech that helps you stop and start in heavy highway traffic, all without touching a pedal. And it helps keep you from getting too close to the lane on the left or the right, helping you stay centered and connected to the road. De-stress your drive with the all-new 2019 Nissan Altima. Impossibly smart. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
ProPilot Assist cannot prevent collisions. It is the driver's responsibility to be in control of the vehicle at all times. Always monitor traffic conditions and keep both hands on the steering wheel. System operates only when lane markings are detected. Does not function in all weather, traffic, and road conditions. System has limited control capability, and the driver may need to steer, brake, or accelerate at any time to maintain safety. See Owner's Manual for safety information.
You want a home with a driveway where you can try to emulate your favorite Warriors players? Emphasis on try. You need Realtor.com. The home of home search. You want a home big enough to have some friends over to watch the Warriors game. A few dozen of your closest friends. You need Realtor.com. The home of home search. Proud partner of the Golden State Warriors.
Hello, this is Frank Somerville, inviting you to join me, Julie Hayner, Bill Martin, and Mark Ibanez for the 10 and 11 o'clock newscasts on KTVU. You have the power to choose when you watch News at Night on Fox 2.
Do you hear that light breeze? Do you hear the birds chirping? Well, those are all sound effects. But if you stopped and took the time to get McDonald's breakfast, you might hear them for yourself. Take the time to start your morning off right. Grab any size hot coffee for just $1 and pair it with a delicious sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Or conquer those morning meetings with a hearty sausage McMuffin with egg. Stop and smell the coffee. Treat yourself to breakfast at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Men, want to feel younger, stronger, leaner? You don't have to slow down after 40. Frank Thomas found the secret to staying in shape with the energy and drive of his 20s.
Man, you look like you could still hit it a mile.
I feel great too.
What gives?
After 40, men slow down. It's harder to stay in shape.
Why?
Our free testosterone levels drop. It happened to me, and then I found Nugenix Total T.
New Nugenix Total T is our most powerful man-boosting formula ever because it boosts your free testosterone and your total testosterone. Nugenix Total T helps provide even more energy, performance, testosterone, and muscle-boosting ingredients for even better results. To get your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, text REP to 42424. Samples are not available in stores.
Well, wait. We need to do something about it now.
I gotta try Nugenix Total T.
Text REP to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. That's REP to 42424.
Today on The Game. The pregame show, 5 to 6.
It's really over time we have to judge the consistency of Boogie's defensive effort. To talk about that part of his game, I thought it was fine on Friday.
Mornings with Joe, Lowe, and Dims.
Well, he didn't look like a guy who was coming back from a year off. It looked like a guy who had the luxury of playing for a team that said, DeMarcus, just chill. You don't need to come back until you are way past the date of improvement, right?
Steinmetz and Guru, 10 to noon.
The Saints, okay. They got jobbed. Okay. I'm not talking about the application, Steiny. All right. You cannot ignore the missed call.
Papa and Fonte, noon to 3.
I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, but multiple players had issues with the headset. I don't believe that's just because crowd noise. I think that's home field advantage.
And Damon Bruce from 3 to 7.
Blah, 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 blah. Make a freaking tackle. Kansas City Chiefs defense couldn't stop running water with a faucet.
Listen all day, every day to the Bay Area's #1 sports station, 95.7 The Game. Now back to the Damon Bruce Show on 95.7 The Game.
What a weekend in the NFL. We're all dealing with the aftermath today. We've also got a little Martin Luther King Day game between the Warriors and Lakers coming up. Warriors Live will begin at 6 o'clock tonight. We got Steiny and Guru getting you ready for tip-off tonight. Unfortunately, no LeBron James to up the ante in what should be, could be, will be the NBA's marquee game. But tonight, it'll be the abridged version. Still, Boogie, Boogie, Boogie Boogie on Reggae Woman. Warriors got a center, and he looked springy in his first game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got in game 2 tonight. I'm always looking forward to saying hello to a guest that normally appears with us on a Friday, but since we got a week off in between this week and the Super Bowl, we thought this week would be the perfect week today, Monday, to say hello to Brian Baldinger, former NFL player, current NFL Network analyst. When it comes to breaking down game film, there's nobody better in the world. Brian, thank you for joining us. Man, that was something else yesterday. The NFL gave us some thrilling finishes, a whole bunch of controversy to talk about. If you think about it, it's really what the league wishes for on a Monday, isn't it?
Well, we're all talking about it. We were talking about it last night all the way through midnight, but we saw 7 hours of football where it came down to basically the final play, the final plays in overtime. And so all the teams had chances in regulation time. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs didn't get that chance in overtime, but, you know, part of the rules are you got to stop the other team from scoring a touchdown. And we've known that now since probably the last time the Saints played the Vikings in the playoff game. And so that's what it is. And it may change, it will get talked about, but I don't know. Everywhere I look today, Damon, the phone lines and the people were buzzing about what they saw yesterday.
No, I mean, if caring the next day about the show you watched last night is important for the bottom line, this is one of the reasons why the NFL's bottom line is so robust, because people are in, whether they're happy or angry, people can't stop talking about it. And I really always thought that, you know, rather than reach conclusion or continuing with a little controversy, the NFL loves a little controversy than rather reach conclusion. Let's talk about how overtime concluded. Me, Brian, I'm fine with it. I thought that the tweak to say, all right, if the other team kicks a field goal, you get a chance to offer your own field goal, or better, you will get the ball again. I sort of like that. But if you give up a touchdown, that's ball game. I mean, I'm fine with that. If you get sixth, good night.
And if you convert 3 3rd and 10s along the way in overtime, then you probably deserve